In Israel, certain offerings were taken to the temple. These were received by the priests and then offered to God. However, in many of the offerings, only a portion was presented on the altar, and the rest became the priest's portion. Some of them also went back to the giver, okay, or were shared with the priest, but in some cases it was the priest's portion. However, the entire offering was one which was truly considered as given to the Lord, because the priest is the Lord's representatives. He's the mediator between the people and the Lord. So he is standing in place of the Lord, mediating for them. Okay, so yes, however, the entire offering was one which was truly considered as given to the Lord. Paul had received this gift in this manner. From the Philippians, he said this is like an offering that is given to the Lord, noting that it was a sweet-smelling aroma. When we were going through the Leviticus sermons and all of the details of Christ, I came to this verse many times and compared it directly to Christ, because that is exactly why Paul wrote this. He's equating it to Christ, the Lord, and that's what Leviticus is showing us, the type revealing the antitype. Okay, so this is Old Testament terminology, a sweet-smelling aroma for a sacrifice which was acceptable to God. It is not that God had a nose. God does not have a nose. But that was offered was considered as if he did. When it was burnt on the altar, it was a clean animal. It was without spot or blemish. It was offered to the Lord by the person, and the Lord accepted it as if he was just breathing it in and saying, I accept this. It's so good, okay? In fact, certain offerings came with a measure of frankincense added to them. If you don't remember what the frankincense pictured, go back and watch the sermons where frankincense is mentioned. It is very, very wonderful. It comes from the word doror, which means liberty or freedom, okay? And so everything about every material that was used in the incense, or every thing that was applied to the oil, the oil of sprinkling, everything points to Jesus, all of it. But we'll go on. This was taken along with the portion, meaning the frankincense, of the meat to be burned, and both were then burned on the altar. The word used to describe this burning, which in Hebrew is katar, specifically means incense, and it indicated to make sacrifices smoke. This is what Paul is referring to here. It was thus an acceptable sacrifice. God was pleased with their offerings, which was given to Paul as if it was made directly to him, and it was deemed as such. Therefore, it was, as Paul says, well-pleasing to God. The offering from the Philippians to Paul was as if they had given it to the Lord, and he is equating it exactly to that Old Testament typology. Wonderful. It was as if the smoke of the sacrifice offered by them burned as incense and rose into the heavens to please him as a pleasing aroma.